From Southern Maryland's weather leader, this is a JB Weather Alert.
And good afternoon, everyone. I am Forecaster John Bordash with you here in the Storm Center, continuing to track the severe weather potential across the region today. And we do now have a brand new tornado warning in effect for portions of northern Maryland. So this is not for southern Maryland, but this is on up towards the Mason-Dixon line. And this is only representative of the very primed atmosphere we have across the mid-Atlantic today to potentially see some severe thunderstorms across the region. Let me go ahead and give radar a pause right now. It is this pink polygon here near the right over the Westminster area. This is where that tornado warning is currently in effect, and this goes until 4:30. So this is going to be getting near the Westminster area, just to the north and west of Reisterstown. And right now this storm remains north and west of Baltimore, but if you have any interest in Baltimore or traveling I-83 on over that way, you will want to just stay weather aware as this storm continues to push to the south and east. This storm has been exhibiting very healthy signs of rotation over the last hour or so, and we will continue to watch for that potential for the storm to potentially produce a tornado. Let me go ahead and show you our velocity tracker. This tells us where we have winds, how strong they are, and in what direction they're moving in. And with the way that this storm is currently set up, what we are looking at is where we have these green colors. That would be representative of wind going towards the radar, so in a manner like this. And where we have the colors in red, that would be winds going away from the radar. So in a manner like this, so you can see we would be potentially looking at some rotation, getting ready to go into Westminster, really following areas right around Route 140, Route 832 right now. And a lot of storms will have the potential to do this if they're able to fire up today. This is really only like the second or third storm today, and this is the second or third storm to show signs of rotation. If we were to zoom out here, just give you a little bit more of a regional look, this is pretty much the only thing we have going on right now. Tornado warning up to the north. Areas shaded in red. All of these counties, including Anne Arundel, it's under a tornado watch, not the warning. That would be the pink polygon, but the watch is there represented by the red. And then for much of southern Maryland, where you see that yellow shading, that is a severe thunderstorm watch. All of the watches go until 9 o'clock. For our region, what I will be watching are these storms back out to the west of Washington, really now crossing I-81, now beginning to move into parts of northern Virginia. It is not looking all that impressive at the moment. However, as these storms continue to push eastward, we could see thunderstorms get embedded within them and then become strong. We've been warm today, we have been humid, and we've even seen a little bit of sunshine break through in much of the region. And the way I like to kind of describe our severe weather potential is if you were to think we are kind of sitting in like a pan or a pot right now with that glass lid on, you can see there's plenty of steam down there, but it really isn't able to come out or capped. And that's what we are right now. We're kind of capped across the region. Our upper atmospheric dynamics are not allowing for the severe weather dynamics we have here at the surface to become too crazy. So we have all that steam, nothing going on yet. If these thunderstorms are able to really tap into that potential and we see that cap get removed, that lid get removed, these storms can blow up quick, and we could see widespread severe thunderstorms with a couple of them trying to rotate, and we've already seen that happen now on up towards the north in northern Maryland. And we saw a thunderstorm earlier move through portions of Dewey Beach, produce what we have now learned is a water spout. And I want to see if I can't just get that pulled up here over on Twitter to show you. And I'll see if I can switch us on over here. So this is a look. This was on over towards Bethany Beach. This was about half an hour to an hour ago as severe thunderstorms moved through southern portions of Delaware just north of Ocean City. And you can kind of see right in here, this would be indicative of that water spout trying to form. And this storm also had very strong signs of rotation as well. So that's not to say that we are going to be looking at widespread tornadoes today. That's not to say that everyone's going to see crazy severe weather. What that is to say is that we are looking at that potential of severe weather across our region. And what I did just notice as I took more of a regional look at radar is we have a brand new tornado warning further to the north, not in our region, but a tornado warning on a pier towards the Allentown area. So you see, we have a couple of different tornado warnings in effect, and if I can show you over the last hour, really what we've been watching, what you'll notice is this little pink polygon out here near the Delaware beaches. That was a tornado warning right around 3:30, producing healthy signs of rotation before heading out to sea, and we can see that that did indeed produce a water spout. So any storm that fires up today will need to be watched closely, will need to be taken seriously. We have no warnings in effect across our region at this very moment. Most of us are good right now. We just have those severe weather watches, and those are in place until 9. And I think here in southern Maryland, an area south and east of I-95, the timing for potential severe storms today looks to be anywhere between about 5 o'clock and about 8 or 9 o'clock this evening. We could see additional rounds of severe weather, not necessarily severe weather, but additional rounds of thunderstorms. 1 or 2 might be strong or severe. Try to move through later on this evening, probably closer around midnight or so. Nevertheless, I will be with you here in the JB Weather Center, continuing to keep you ahead of any storm that fires up throughout the evening and overnight hours to make sure that you have an idea of what's going on and how to prepare and stay ahead of these storms. I do want to take one last quick look here at this storm that is on up towards portions of northern Maryland. Any interest here north of I-70 will need to keep an eye on this storm. These areas here now just moving through the Westminster area, getting close to Reisterstown and the Baltimore County line and parts of Carroll County. You will want to make sure you're taking those tornado safety precautions. And it's this pink polygon here where we have that severe thunderstorm or that tornado warning in effect. And you can see that pink polygon here. Let me quickly throw on our velocity to allow us to really see the winds inside the storm. And we'll actually try it this way to make sure that we can get this to work. Yeah, so it's really right where you're able to get these greens that are headed towards the radar and these reds headed away from the radar. That is indicative there of where we could be looking at rotation. Right now, that's moving over the Westminster area, continuing to move south and east. And any interest in southeastern portions of Carroll County or parts of Baltimore County will need to keep an eye on this storm. We have been tracking it for about a half hour to 45 minutes now. If we put radar in loop just over the last hour, and as we zoom out, you can see how this storm tracked southward. And I have to make sure to turn off the illustration there so I can actually move around. But you can see that we've been tracking this storm moving out of southern parts of Pennsylvania. It moved south of Gettysburg near Taneytown. That's where the rotation started, and now is moving into that Westminster area, producing rotation and potentially moving into the Baltimore area in about an hour. But again, nothing we're watching here locally in southern Maryland. We're going to watch those storms back up to the west now, beginning to produce some thunder and lightning. We'll see if those are able to tap into those severe weather dynamics we have across the region today. But you're going to want to stay weather aware. Stay with JB Weather, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. The website is going to be a useful tool for you as well. You can see all of those links on the sidebar below our amazing sponsors. But in the meantime, I'm Forecaster John Bordash. Thank you for joining me this afternoon, and I will continue to track everything and keep you updated. And I will say the best way to get my weather updates today will be on Twitter. Facebook is not a good source to get breaking weather alerts because Facebook does not work well with that algorithm for you to see things in a timely fashion. So follow me on over at Twitter at JB_weather for the latest. But I'm Forecaster John Bordash. Thank you for joining me, and I'm sure we'll be talking again soon as we continue to track these severe thunderstorms potentially moving into our region.
Check the forecast anytime online at jbweather.net.